2, how thoughts become beliefs, and I'm going to introduce you to a word called rules in a moment, which was created by Vishen Lakyami he wrote The Code of the Extraordinary Mind, which is a fascinating book. Anyway, onward. If you're just joining us now, this is day 6 of my summer series, How to Shift Your Thinking from Scarcity to Prosperity. And the point here is that you're creating a new identity for yourself if you're starting a new business. And as you figure out what your new purpose is, you're going to need to be cognizant of your thoughts, your words, your actions, your emotions, and your beliefs. And I have a little diagram which I share with you. And actually, that was day 5. We're actually at day 6. And really what we're going to focus on today is how your thoughts become beliefs. And it sounds kind of crazy, but the reality is that thoughts are made up of energy, either low energy or high energy or somewhere in between. And over time, chronic thoughts, the thoughts that you think, become beliefs, and they literally become imprinted in your brain. So if you're someone like me who's over 50 years old, they can be very tough to extract. So wanted to just talk to you about that and give yourself some grace if you have some beliefs or thoughts that are hard to get rid of. The reason for this is that you've been having those thoughts for many, many years, and your beliefs actually guide your actions and create your reality. Okay, so an example of a chronic thought might be, I'm not good at numbers, I've always been bad at math. It's just an example. Okay, and a thought like that, over time, you are going to actually create more of that belief. So an example of that one is, well, in the past, I just never got positive reinforcement for my mathematical abilities, and so I started to avoid doing anything with math. In fact, when I went into college and I had taken all of my preliminary algebra, geometry, etc., I just avoided math courses entirely. And on the other hand, I was really good at art. And so I got a lot of accolades in anything having to do with my artistic abilities. And so I believed that I was much better at art than I was at math. And that is not necessarily true. But what happened is that I attracted what I believed because I enjoyed it and it was reinforced. And it wasn't until I went to business school and started demystifying numbers and how business worked that I realized it was actually really interesting. And I had to kind of create a whole new thinking about this belief that I had, and I had to kind of disprove it. All right. So there's another thing you may have heard of called unconscious bias, and that is what you believe, you look for evidence to prove it. We have seen this pan out in our recent political climate. You know, there are people who believe one way and they look for all the evidence to prove that that way is the right way. Well, the same thing happens with your thoughts and your beliefs. And the reality is that you can create new thoughts and beliefs to support your desires, your vision, and your divine purpose. And that's what I get excited about. So I'm going to quickly show you an exercise, and then we'll wrap up. Actually, before I do the exercise, there's something called counterproductive beliefs. And this is when your energy is split because part of you believes one thing and the other part of you believes another. And if part of you believes that you're not good at math, then you're not going to be good at math no matter how much you want to be, because you're split. Okay, so hang on. Okay, so The thing to remember here is that emotions have a much higher intensity in terms of vibrations. So how does this impact you? When you have negative emotions about something, it saps your energy faster than positive emotions. So it is important to process your emotions on a particular thought or belief before you can change them. And then you can calibrate or choose the vibration that you want to create. I hope this kind of illustrates that you can actually sit down and do this. Now, you may have many, many, many counterproductive beliefs, and they may have accumulated over decades. So it may take a few times to start to replace the counterproductive belief with a productive belief. All right. But the takeaways here is that if you want to change your beliefs, remember that the energy of sufficiency and prosperity, or you may call it abundance, is going to transcend that lower vibration of scarcity. And it is possible to do this. And the higher vibration always attracts more energy.